Okay. Yeah, today is the day. April 3rd, which means, well, 2 days ago was the day, but I ended up not clicking the live button. So rescheduled, so that today is the day. This being the first stream. Lots of testing today, hoping the audio levels are okay. But, well, no matter what happens, it can't be more scuff than before. So it's already a step up. And that's basically the idea for this stream and this month. Probably the next couple of months. Just improving things bit by bit. Hey. Yeah, thanks for the advice. I'll turn down the music a bit. Yeah, and those are all the things that I kind of want to learn, and thinking about it, it's to some degree, hopefully, the worst stream I'm ever gonna produce. Keyword being actually produce. With, yeah, the worst audio quality, the lowest quality in character design, and my own English, even my own abilities. Not to say that things are bad, but again, to have the idea that things are supposed to be better from here on out. And yeah, I originally wanted to start April 1st, which was 2 days ago. Not as an April Fool's joke, and I hope nobody misunderstood the scuffed stream that didn't actually happen as an April Fool's joke. It was supposed to be an actual serious stream. I have been preparing for this for a long time, and it's a little bit embarrassing because considering, and I'm talking about years, like 5 years or so, when I first started taking down notes and what I want to do, building my dream board of becoming a VTuber. And considering that I've so much stuff written down and so many ideas and spent so much time and also money, quite a bit, on starting this, to look at this and the state it is in right now. Yeah, and starting is difficult. It has been for me, for obviously. So at the same time, I'm kind of proud is the wrong word, but there's a kind of feeling, a kind of relief maybe, to finally have this first stream going, to have clicked that go live button, and not just believe to have clicked it, but actually have clicked it. And yeah, I might have, maybe could have started quite a while ago. Usually every year to New Year's, I'm thinking this month I'm starting, this is the year, this is the new year, new me, and then January passes and it's too late to start on the new year. But in a sense, maybe you could say that a new month is also a new beginning or a new opportunity to reinvent yourself. So in that sense, the 3rd of April is kind of like New Year for me right now. Yeah, I don't have too much planned for today. I do have Slay the Spire 2 in the title, but I just realized that there's a countdown that YouTube gives me, and maybe because my account is not yet verified enough, I do have phone verification. The stream might be limited to 1 hour, which means we are already 1/4 in. We will see. Maybe I don't know what happens when it hits the hour. I did some emergency last-minute reading up on it and couldn't find anything about there being any limits. So maybe nothing happens. Maybe it's just a display bug. Or yeah. But that's something that I'm keeping an eye on right now, quite literally. And which makes me wonder whether or not I want to start a Slay the Spire one later or not. Yeah, but one of the things that I figure might be interesting to talk about for a first stream is what I have like, this is not a debut, right? I definitely put that in the title as well. And for a debut, you would usually, the reason you have a debut, obviously there are plenty. I didn't do any marketing, so I don't expect any audience. And I didn't plan for having an audience. I don't think anything I say right now is meant to be heard or listened to by a live audience. But for that one of you here right now, thank you very much. If you want. But that gets you thinking, right? What kind of content do you produce for an audience that isn't live? And the answer is kind of obviously it's for the VOD watchers. But what VOD watchers when you don't have a name to yourself? What watchers? Yeah, what kind of topics might be interesting for people who might be watching this in the future, or speaking to the future use watching it right now? And one of the videos that I know of that performed quite well, or that not just performed, but that were quite interesting to watch, with this idea, this concept of being a time capsule, being a video for the future viewers, was obviously Mr. Beast, who produced these to myself in 1 year, to myself in 5 years, or he might have titled them differently and addressed himself differently, but it was somewhere along those lines. And it's been very long since I've watched them, but I vaguely remember them being quite interesting. Or the concept, the idea at the very least. I do remember him being very harsh on himself, having very high expectations, even if in the first half year. Having specific numbers in mind as well. The number of subscribers and viewers he wanted to hit. And the joke, of course, was that every time the video released, that he, even though the numbers, the targets he wanted to hit were really, really high, he always exceeded them. extremely well. But I don't wanna, even though I emphasize with the need to put things into numbers, I do that a lot myself, and I do have numbers and targets that I want to hit. It's not something I would like to do. Well, I think it's being too harsh on myself. I am being too harsh on myself, and it's not the kind of thing I want to do, to present or represent. So rather than that, I'm thinking about... Well, I also don't want to be so abstract and vague, even though it is nice to talk about what kind of person I want to be. What kind of VTuber? And coming from a marketing perspective, I think that might be interesting. The concept I have in mind for this channel and the other channels that go along with it. Meaning the other social media channels, TikTok, Twitter, maybe Instagram. Because every new VTuber out there, and even the existing ones, have to ask themselves, maybe they don't have to, but a lot of them do, how they want to position themselves in the market, meaning in the crowd of other VTubers, and how they want to stand out. And you might get the impression already that I'm trying to be... Well, cozy is a word and an attribute that I am using when I'm writing about my own concept and my plans, but just the tagline, just the label itself often leads to so performative kind of content, which I don't want to be. And I stumbled across this Japanese word, which I don't even want to say because I don't have it, and I don't even have it in writing in front of me right now. But the translation is like healing media, and you might have an easy idea of understanding what I mean when you think of anime like K-On! Or Mushishi, which can also be called like cozy anime, but there's a theme of healing and introspection in there, where it's not about the story or the plot or the action or even the conflict. Well, there is conflict, but it's more introspective and atmospheric. And that is a general idea. That's an idea that I'm carrying with me as I plan out my content. Not playing well, I'm playing obviously tillaspera, a character, but not doing roleplay, playing a character that is someone I wouldn't be, but still being myself and putting my own thoughts into words, which is also healing myself a bit, just not sharing my ideas and not keeping them in my head. And yeah, I hope they find an audience. And maybe in a year or two or later, people will watch this VOD and will say, what a funny idea this guy had back then, or maybe how much on point he was. At the very least, I know that I will cringe at myself. if I will watch this in the future. Some of my ideas are obviously, well, not obviously, but I don't just have vague ideas about the genre I want to fit myself into, but I also have a lot of specific ideas. A long list of short videos, scouted an artist for the Live 2D model, which might still take half a year. I didn't get any promises, and I'm not making any to you. I have a lot of games that I feel, there's a red line there as well, where people might have a similar taste, even though they don't fit all into the same genre. And sometimes I do think I'm a good curator, because there are a couple of very unknown, hidden indie games that have like 1,000 players, but they are amazing, that I want to share with you all. And I do hope that maybe that's part of the reputation I can build, is finding some hidden gems on Steam whenever there's a next fest. Not just the top plate demos, but gems that are actually hidden. And actually, again, gems. I do hope to improve my English. Well, that wasn't that specific, but yeah, and I have some concept ideas of, let's call it game shows. Basically games that would require a little bit of collaboration with other VTubers or even Flash tubers, streamers, that I haven't seen anyone do yet. The type of games I want to play, and not just the games, but also the things I want to talk about might be a little bit more mature than what you would see from high energy streamers. Maybe more, let's say, I hope my streams are about curating or cultivating a healthy headspace, that are either about thinking and playing games like strategy games or puzzle games, or even serious games or educational games. An example for a serious game would be This War of Mine, right? With a very serious theme. But even if I were to do something like an ASMR stream, which I don't think I have the voice for, like your typical ASMR roleplay, but some of my favorite ASMR artists channels are like Unintentional ASMR, or a math teacher, or not even a math teacher, like an accountant teacher teaching something for hours and you just fall asleep to it. And they don't have the greatest voice. They're just cleverly boring enough. Like they bore you to sleep, like a math teacher would. If you don't like math, that is. If otherwise, take another teacher for another subject that you don't like. Hey, good night, Fionn. Thanks again for hanging out. And yeah, and even the topics I want to talk about might be, let's say, not so brain rot is the idea. And how all of this pans out, we will see. I hope. Yeah, I hope those were some ideas or give some direction, or explains the direction I want to go. And I'm excited for this journey. Again, this is all long-term planning for the immediate future, for the next couple of months. My focus is just to get used to all of this, get my audio under control, all the technical stuff, get used to the idea of talking for hours, my voice, making sure it doesn't crack too fast and too often. Definitely need training there. And all the other little things that make a stream that still need to exist, first of all, and then made good. Improve my internet connection. But most of all, like most importantly, improve myself. Learn the art of storytelling. And I'm giving myself like 3 or 4 months for all of this, so that in 4 months time, which would then be August, right? I would be in a position where I can start actively marketing myself. Well, I already want to start marketing myself beforehand, because obviously that's part of the craft that I'm training. But where I will start looking at numbers, where I will start trying to gain an audience for the audience, not just to practice the craft. If you're watching this within those 4 months, or maybe even right now, or if you know somebody, I'm definitely looking for help. I am sending out commissions to artists and editors. And yeah, any help is welcome, and I'm willing to pay within my limited budget, that is. And oh, that's nice. Now, one of my questions from earlier just answered itself. The limit for the YouTube recording just went up, so I guess I don't have too much of a limit. That's good to know. Which means we can actually try to play a round of Slay the Spire 2. That makes me happy. I was worried that we would have to cancel the stream earlier. Also, yeah, one of the things I need to train is actually talking to no one for over an hour. Because I have no other topics prepared. And, well, I do have a lot of topics prepared, but not for today. Let me boot up the game. And I'm really hoping the audio mix ends up nice. Alright. I figure anyone tuning in at this point in time will already know what kind of game Slay the Spire 2 is. And anyone watching in the future probably as well. But to give a little bit of context of where I am right now, I've played very little multiplayer, but a couple of rounds with a friend. I really like the Silent. I'm trying to get him to Ascension 20. I just reached Ascension 4 today, so I haven't tried it yet. but just having one less potion slot doesn't sound too bad. So let's give it a try. And to talk a little bit about the genre and about the game Slay the Spire 2. Slay the Spire 2 is well, Slay the Spire 1 is probably one of the most famous roguelike deck builders. And it is a genre that I play quite a bit. More the roguelike part than the deck builder. I also play a couple of auto battlers, which I've had a discussion with a roommate once whether or not an auto battler like backpack battles could be considered a deck building game. It doesn't have cards, so to speak, but in a sense, all the items you put in your backpack could be considered like a card. And yeah, those kinds of games I really like, and you'll probably see me play them quite a bit. Let's take a look at what this run and Slay the Spire 2 gives us. We have upgrade a card. It's basically equal to a campfire. Random rare card. I feel like the Silent has a lot of really nice rare cards. But a couple of not so great ones. But the odds are good. I feel like the odds for a good rare card are quite high. And Silver Crucible. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I don't feel it's good enough. 3 upgrades could be worthwhile if we had some more interesting cards in the deck, but upgrading the starting cards isn't as interesting as getting a relic. So let's take the rare card. Although, like, an upgraded early neutralize can save a lot of health. It can be really strong because the weak stays for 2 rounds and it's 0 cost. So we play it every time we see neutralize, we are gonna play it. So upgrading neutralize gives a lot of value. But yeah, getting a random rare card gives a little bit of direction. Not an amazing draw, but Malaise, a defensive one. I was hoping for an offensive one. But definitely good enough a card that I don't regret it. Now let's look what kind of path we might want to take. Here's a path with a lot of healing and elites if we want to go for relics. Here's a shop that is quite at the top. I like it when the shops are at the end of Act 1 because by the time you have more money. At the same time, you could argue that you don't get as much value out of the items that you actually buy. So maybe it isn't as great as I first assumed. With that reasoning, this shop is also interesting, but it comes at the cost of not taking a rest or an elite. But taking an elite fight very early can be dangerous because they can do a lot of damage. So what I'm usually looking for is elite fights that are after the treasure chest. So maybe this one, maybe this one. So a path like this looks interesting. And yeah, you can see me thinking about not taking, with those basically ideas in mind, not taking the elite fight before I'm strong enough. I do like the question mark, so what I don't like about the path that I'm drawing right now is that it doesn't have a lot of question marks. unknown encounters. So I'm also considering taking the path that gives 2 merchants and then not overspending at the merchant. So maybe just buying just a card remove here. Yeah, I like that. And I don't think... So sometimes it's nice to have some options to change the path. And I'm already... See? Scuff number 1. I didn't capture the Slay the Spire. Okay, again, I didn't capture any of what I was talking about. You're too funny, Till. Okay, let me go over the path again. I don't like elite fights that are before the treasure chests. So I don't like these 2 elites or this one. And the path I'm thinking about right now is this one, which has 1 merchant at the end and 1 merchant in the first third. 2 question marks. And multiple west sides. This path would also give 2 question marks, would be slightly different, with the second question mark being slightly behind, but I don't think it makes a big difference. Okay, so I think it's reasonable to play the full energy Malaise, or Malaise, what's it called? Malaise? I don't know. In the first turn, and use the defensive capability so we can keep the rest of our turns in this combat attacking. And we should finish this fight without taking a single point of damage, unless we are really unlucky. We are not lethal yet, so we keep on full blocking. Yeah. Easy first fight, no damage taken. I do prefer playing shifts over poison, even though poison can be really strong as well. That's just personal preference. Piercing Veil, it's also really strong, also defensive. But a lot of times I notice that what I'm missing is card draw with Silent decks. I feel like Silent has a lot of good Sly cards. And as long as you get a little bit of energy generation, you want that extra card draw. We don't quite need the heal, and we want to remove some cards. Now, normally I try to get rid of the strikes first and foremost, because we get other cards to do damage, both skills and attacks later on, that are all better than strike, whereas the defend is a card that might still be useful later. But removing the strike right now, since we have the Malaise and acrobatics, feels like we might be too thin on attack cards. But since there's a merchant early, maybe we can still do it. It's a little bit risky for this fight. Ooh, this is also interesting. Grab the sword is an... How many elites are we fighting? It's a relic that gives strength later on, which works nice with a lot of the silent cards, especially the shifts. But the extra gold right now might also be helpful, since we are going for 2 merchants. I'd rather be strong now than later. I feel like we will get strong soon enough anyhow. So let's play a similar strategy to before. Debuff him for the rest of combat, so we can keep on attacking later on. And try to get through this fight without taking any damage at all. So even though this defend is way overkill in terms of block, we would have taken only 1 damage if we didn't play it. We play greedy and do manage to kill him. Now another question. Taking the cloak and dagger, since we are low on attack cards at the moment. We don't have enough money for all of the artifacts, relics. Bolas might actually be interesting. It's an extra attack. I do want the card remove, and now that we have cloak and dagger, I feel it's so greedy to remove another strike. Maybe if we buy a strength potion. Removing the strike is so greedy, but I'm feeling greedy right now. And if this was an attack potion, I would take it instantly. Let's take it anyhow and hope that hedges some of our greediness. We could block or kill. Let's just kill. So probably we keep the potion until we fight an elite, our first elite. We weaken the one who does more damage. Difficult turn. I don't think I'll actually. So we might take some damage this turn. Let's think. So cloak and dagger and strike would kill the leaf slime, but leaves us with 2 damage. Going full defend, like defend and survivor, gives us a full block, but does no damage to the enemies. And we are not getting any new slime cards into our deck right now. So again, this is a bit greedy, but if we draw 2 strikes, or even a strike and a neutralize, we can kill him. Alternatively, we could change it up and spread the damage, kill the leaf slime this turn, and take no damage. Perfect. So defend plus malaise is... Oh damn, 1 damage, okay. Yeah, maybe too greedy to hope for even better results there. But Yeah, I think that's the first damage we took from a monster. We did take a lot of damage from the question mark events. Tactician, easily the best card, especially since we already have the acrobatics for the card draw. And we get full block here as well. Even have some energy to spare. Giving a 2/3 efficiency malaise on them. And he's starting to debuff us. Not playing. 2 energies. Oh, the shift has 1 energy cost as well. That's annoying. Oh yeah, this debuff is really annoying if you're relying on... Let's tank 1 damage again. And I'm really hoping... Oh, the debuff does... Yeah, it doesn't last. That's good. If this was the kind of debuff that stacks, I might have been in danger. And yeah, this might have been... I think we can get him limiting the damage we took to just that 1 damage. And another strength potion. Finisher can be a good card once you have more shifts. Precise card can be good if you have cards that give discard. But right now I think Acrobatics is the card that is more versatile and allows us to make future decisions in an easier way. It's like it synergizes with more other cards, even though we don't have any of them yet. Like I mentioned, the Neutralize upgrade I consider really strong, because Neutralize then weakens for 2 turns. That can reduce a lot of damage, especially in elite fights, especially once you're in a position where you don't redraw Neutralize that often. Meat of the bone, so some extra sustain is nice. Maybe we are greedy enough to then take another upgrade. If we go into this and the next fight, I'll drink a strength. Let's wait 1 turn. Let's wait 1 turn and see what we draw, and then decide whether or not we want to drink a strength potion. Because we might get a potion reward this turn. Or we keep both to be safe in the elite fight. Yeah. Both options look good. 8 and it's already full block. I didn't put any kind of thinking on... I didn't spend any effort to think which one of these makes the better target. I just don't like how this one looks, I guess. Not sure. I didn't think about it, is what I'm trying to say. Now, we might need to give up on full blocking all the time, because we are, what is it called, frail right now. Our defense are debuffed. So maybe we go for damage and just tank the 14, which is putting us under 50% of 70, so we heal some extra. Assuming we survive. Assuming we survive. If I drink the strength potion now, I can, yeah, I can kill him. So, losing value since we didn't play him earlier. But I was hoping. Alright, got him. No new potion, unfortunately. But we do have a deflect or a memento mori. We don't have that much discard yet. So that would put basically every acrobatics at 4 extra damage. I feel like the extra block might be more handy. Especially since we have the card war. It's very likely that we get it. This elite, I definitely want to take the potion. So many times. This isn't too easy. Sure, let's play the debuff. And already paying off. Except of course that we don't draw any attacks. Yeah, let's hope we don't draw too many infections, but even if we do, yeah, with Emilize, we can get through this phase of him quite well. And entering stage 2 in a moment. Unfortunately, we didn't draw any attack cards, so what I'm thinking is to maybe wait for next turn, but those are the 5 cards that we would draw. They are not great. Okay, this is not an easy decision because right now we wouldn't get, like, I could just skip this turn. But next turn he will probably debuff again, which puts more infections into the deck. Ah no, we can kill him next turn. Everything's fine. So he wants to debuff, but we don't let him. We kill him, and his ads are stunned. We block the infections, and hopefully we get a better draw now. We don't. It's a terrible draw. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, maybe I was too greedy earlier. When I took all the event options that do damage. This is a kill. Okay, so 1 kill. And 1 block. Just a block. But is it enough? No, I'm dead. Yeah. That's me playing Slay the Spire. That's me playing Slay the Spire. Go again, right? We go one more time. And taking a sip of tea. Okay. So, scroll boxes is only good if we want to take a path that doesn't have a merchant in it. I don't think I will take it, especially since that would force us out of all of these ways. News Fury can be nice because the Silent has a couple of 0-cost cards, starting with Neutralize, so could redraw that. What? what's the upgraded version? I don't know. Or the paperweight. There are a decent amount of really good colorless cards. Let's take a peek. Automation, they're both good. Dramatic entrance. Later on, in the later act, can be worse than a random card, so it can can develop into something that you'd rather not have. Yeah, that's basically a question of early game versus later game, because automation later, 10 cards are easy to draw once you have a good deck. But I feel like the important part is getting there, right? Look at how early we died in the previous run. So we take Dramatic Entrance. And having that card, we might even consider taking more early fights, but I do like question marks, so this path instantly looks appealing. But this would also force us into an elite when we are not that strong yet. This elite also looks dangerous, so... Oh, I'm just noticing, we can't avoid it. We have to take an elite fight before the treasure chest. Yeah, I'm really glad that we took the card that's stronger for the early game. And that makes me almost want to take the merchant and the campfire to upgrade the neutralize and yeah. Upgrade the neutralize and taking 1 damage, not as good. Also we are in the waterway level now, not in the forest entrance first act, which changes the kind of enemies we fight. Reflex is really strong, even though we don't have a card discard right now. This card gains Retain. Retain could be really good on so many cards. Could be good on Reflex, could be good on Survivor. So maybe we don't take the merchant. Oh, this is a tough decision. Because this would remove a card. But maybe it's too early to remove cards as well. But it would also not take the campfire. If we want to avoid the immediate second elite, maybe we don't. Because if we pay too much money right now, then we... How much is 6 max HP? It sounds so little, but obviously it isn't. But Steady is so good. I really want it. Now, next decision. What card do we use it on? Reflex would allow us to wait until we have Survivor, and vice versa. But Reflex is a lot stronger with other future cards, where Survivor might be a card that we stop playing soon enough as our deck was stronger. I think we... Oh, another difficult decision. We are right in front of a merchant, so the gold might come in handy. For 7 HP. Yes. Okay, now we can actually remove a card. This one is upgraded. Okay. Just wanted to see what it does. if upgraded. Okay, and we can add another card to our deck or a potion. Ricochet sounds reasonable. Upgraded Skewer might also be good. Let's think about what kind of elites we might fight. There are 4 eels that always has like one of them buffing itself and the other 3 attacking, or maybe it was 2 and 2. Then there's a coral guy, like a humanoid that is overgrown with corals and barnacles, who puts stasis into your deck. Those are the 2 I remember right now. I don't remember the other ones. And he can only take, I think, 20 damage each turn. But I think... Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm taking the Skewer because the eels, they get block after the first attack card against them. So if we upgrade this, we can do a lot of damage. Yeah, those are the ones I mean. Which means we can kill them once they are under 30 HP. 1 per turn. So if we do this, and then like, we can block, and this strike doesn't do anything. Wait, does a little bit of damage here. Oh, nice. Nice seeing you around. Yeah, you can hear me, and hopefully, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully audio gets better every time you tune in. So our reflexes retain now, which is nice, but I was really hoping to draw Skewer this turn to kill one of them. And because they gain block after the first time they are attacked each turn, I don't think we can kill anyone. So this one is the one with the lowest HP. Which means they have effectively 20 HP, we can only do 18, so they are alive. So we're definitely going to play the defend. Next turn we do draw the Skewer, which, if we also want to play a defend, only does 20 damage and kills one of them. And I think they upgrade one after each other, so I think this guy will upgrade himself next turn. So we don't need to kill him. So it might be nice to kill one of these. It would be nice to get him, one of them killed with just strikes without waiting for the Skewer. Something like this. Did I mark this correctly? No. No, this one isn't upgrading, but the third one. So I haven't figured them out quite just yet. Also didn't draw the neutralize, which would have helped against this one. But the plan stays the same, right? I play 1 defend and kill the one who does the most damage and where I get the most value out of Skewer. Now I could use Survivor on Reflex, but I don't have the energy yet to do much with it. But we still want to neutralize the one with... Also, this allows us to kill him next turn. Or we could kill him this turn. That's a full block. Yeah, that's a full block. And a kill. We take it. And doing that. Full block and a kill. Oh, playing the strike first would have been slightly better. 9 damage. Okay, full block, nice. Alright, so the way I see it, we don't take any more damage from this elite. Oh, this potion is so strong. This will allow us to take on another elite fight. No worries. Yeah, I was worried about this elite, but now he looks doable. Anchor's also a really nice relic, which allows us to focus on attacking in the first turn. So we can kill 2 strikes and a skewer. Acrobatics is nice. Yeah. There's so many cards for silent that synergize with draw or discard. Relics as well. I really like acrobatics. What does he do? I think he grows strong. Does he grow stronger over time? At the very least, he gets stunned in the middle of it. Now think about this. This is like 30 damage. This could be 90 damage. This could stun him instantly. But let's see how greedy we can be. And try not to take any damage. No damage at all. Oh, the dream might be over. No neutralize as well. Maybe with the potion, that would be 18. No, it's still some damage. Can't defend forever. And okay, this is bad luck with the card loss. Wasted 2 energies there. Okay, we are getting close to the half mark. That's the stun, right? That's a good stun as well. And again, this would be a kill right now if we use the potion. But maybe we are greedy. Or we keep it for the boss fight. Greed did kill me last run. Okay, we are not taking damage this turn. This is the debuff that is vulnerable, right? Oh, we're so close. Do we really need to take a potion? Or we can block for 21, 30? Do we take 6 damage for... Let's see. Because 12 damage we can block. And he hits himself. Do we have him now? 27. Did I play this wrong? Was I too greedy again? Probably was. Oh damn. Maybe I should just take a kill if I see it. Twelve damage. Okay, next turn I have him. Phew, okay, that's not how much damage I wanted to take. Oh, but now I get an upgraded vest. Okay, we don't take the other elite, we do take the rest. Okay, so we probably could be in a better spot right now if we had played this differently, but also we would have been in that better spot without the gentrification potion, which is a strong potion to have. So maybe I can justify all of this later on in the boss fight when I use the potion. Expose versus anticipate. That's an interesting decision. But I do believe the vulnerable is... I need the offensive help at the moment. And there are a couple of good upgrades, but saving the energy probably the best option. Oh, kunai, and I don't have this. Like if you in Slay the Spire 1, if you see a relic at a shop, it means you can't draw it anymore later in the run. So this is gone now. Hidden Daggers is really good. It gives me more discard. But I can't buy both. I can't buy card removal and Hidden Daggers. I do already have a discard with the Tools of Trade. And I don't have too many Sly cards yet. More importantly, I don't have a Sly card that blocks or attacks. So let's remove a strike and count on finding Hidden Daggers later on. Ooh, but also nice. I don't think I like to... So this could also... I will never enchant a strike, because I'll end up not playing any strikes soon enough. But the defense are cards that I will play for a long time. At the same time, I already have like a lot of offensive cards, defensive cards. And taking the heal would allow me to upgrade one of the cards. Wait, I don't have an upgraded neutralize yet? Yeah, I'll take the upgrade then. Or do I? Maybe I can take both if I upgrade the defend, right? It's also defensive, which is similar to a heal. And I upgrade here. And I'm allowing myself to be greedy yet again because of the potion. Might even draw the card that gives vulnerable, but I didn't. There it is. And there's also the enchanted defend. So, if I tank the 11 damage, this would be 45 times 3 is not quite 150, it's 135. And I'll do that. Okay. And yeah, from now on I do get to discard cards at the start of the turn. cards. And I think I have this fight under control. Yeah, just always full blocking, playing the attack cards as I draw them. Maybe taking 1 point of damage here or there. That's 21 damage. Nope. Not even taking that. And now we need to find the defense in this turn. Weak is also nice. Yeah, defend and survivor. And another 3 points of damage. Perfect. And we get to pick a rare card. Shadow Step, easily the best card. We get a new relic. Alright, extra energy if we end the turn with unspent energy. You may sacrifice card rewards to pale. Every two. Oh, this is really interesting. This doesn't come in like, oh, that's such a difficult choice though. In the future, because right now I still need cards in my deck to make it better. The extra card draw is also nice. I'll take the card draw because I feel like the silent really benefits from having the right cards in their hand at the same time. Here's a path with heals and elite fights in a row. But no shop. There don't seem to be a lot of question marks. Yeah, there's no path with too many question marks. There are also not too many shops. And there would be 2 question marks. Could be coming from either 2 elites or no elites. This is 3 elites even. I don't feel that strong yet. I don't feel strong enough to fight 3 elites. Well, there's some some options to pivot. But this path would be no elites at all. That's also boring. So maybe we take the left path. Take a couple of normal fights, which gives us card rewards. And after each elite fight and before, we can decide whether or not we want to rest or not. And we do have the extra resting buff. And we could also pivot if we wanted to shop. But maybe we don't take it. Or we might also get a shop at the unknown encounter. Though unlikely. Okay, play the free power. Play the exposed before the dramatic entrance. To get the kill, I guess. Full block. Then we either play Shadow Step or Skewer. So the question is, do we get more than 10 damage from Shadow Step. Yeah, that's very likely. Or not. But now. Discard, and it's a kill. No damage taken. Ricochet is our first Sly card that attacks. Oh, he might be actually... Oh, he might be dangerous. We might be too weak against him. You can play Shadow Step and discard the reflex and redraw it. Let's play the attack. I'm actually worried about losing the card here. Fortunately we get the... Never mind, we have double damage. What am I thinking? Blade Dance. Our first shifts. Dramatic Entrance. And... yeah, just play the max damage turn. Play the free power. Now the question is, do we kill the Parafrite? We want to play at least some block, so let's start with that. Parafrite. But now this is 12 damage, so this would be 18 damage. Could draw into expose and neutralize, that would be nice. Let's hope so. Oh, but we don't draw the... yeah. What's 12 times 1.5 is 18. So, what do we do? Do we just play the defend? Is this worth a Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice is such a strong potion. Almost feels like a waste. Let's play the defend. Oh yeah, yeah, it's a really similar cape. Yeah, you're right. The character does have a similar cape. I realized it now. Maybe I'm also a silent assassin. Poison. Okay, so Skewer with 2 energy and neutralize is a kill on him. That leaves 1 energy to play Survivor and block the 10 damage, or as much as possible. Does he re-summon him? Sorry. Does he re-summon him when he dies? Either way, I think it's a good turn. Taking... oh, instantly! I should have just read it, obviously. Yes, he does. I could have known that. We need to kill him. Whoopsie. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, that was... okay, this was a bad fight. I didn't read the enemy abilities. Did I find a good April Fool's joke? I really like the April Fool's joke from Peak, the game, the climbing game. From Crabfall? What was the studio called? They... I don't know if you saw this, but they removed the ability to help grab your teammates and pull them up, and instead they added a kick, so you could kick them down. And you can still play this in the custom settings that they added. That's the best April Fool's joke that I found, and I was very almost disappointed that a lot of the big companies, like the big tech companies, who used to have multiple April Fool jokes every year, and they didn't have any. Like Google, like every department, every project they had its own, used to have its own April Fool's joke. Like Google Business, Google, what other parts are there? There are a couple. Yeah, Google had like so many April Fool's jokes. Obviously the main website from Google, Google Ads, Google Analytics, they each had April Fool's jokes, sometimes within their products, but sometimes only like a blog post. And I didn't find anything like that. Oh, missed free block there. Not paying attention. Yeah, I didn't find too many good April Fool's jokes. Okay, took a lot of damage this turn, this fight. Well, I'm saying this as if though I already won. But this is only... Yeah, that's still not enough. Am I dying here? What is this? Could have done this. Oh, that's only on one enemy. Am I actually dying here? No, please hit the right one. Okay. And was there another... I saw a couple of VTubers basically, oh, well, not a couple, I saw at least one VTuber announcing their graduation. Or they didn't call it that, they called it retirement. And I saw a couple of VTubers talking about not making April Fool jokes about exactly that. Yeah. Is this just unlucky, or am I playing this wrong, or do I just have a shitty deck? I need to play Shadow Step more, I guess. Okay, next turn he's vulnerable with Shadow Step. Let's hope that's enough. Yeah, Skewer is now 20 times 3 times 1.5, so it's 60, 90, right? Okay. This one should be free most of the turns. And now I wanted to smith here, but I guess I need to heal. Because there are a couple of elite fights coming up. And I'm still not safe. Damage to all enemies obviously is nice. I can see myself playing a lot of defensive cards this fight. 10, 16, 24. That's a full block. Can even reduce it a little. And yeah, let's go for the low HP one. Okay. Finally we do have some skills to play to actually reduce the pinpoint. So pinpoint is 12 damage for 1 energy, this one is only 7. Not quite a kill, this is 14. Oh wait, he's still vulnerable. Okay, nice. Okay. a ban. Yeah, a ban. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's better than not having an April Fool's joke, right? Having at least something. But it's also, it's the most obvious joke. It's like the first one that comes to mind. If you want to have one, it's like, in an anime, if they basically, if the class is deciding what kind of thing they want to do for the school festival, and it's either a maid cafe or a haunted house. It's, yeah, sure, but it's not creative. But it can still be a great service though, but I guess for a band disbanding, not quite so much. Do we draw any good attacks? Yeah, we do. Okay, we want to play the attacks, not the card draw. Now, the most damage is the skewer, and we tank 6 damage. Or we... Wait, we have double damage this turn, right? But we're weakened. Okay, I see. But we only need 1 energy to kill him. So we can play either 2 defense or a defend and a strike. Okay. And he still needs 1 more turn to go, right? Yes. He should have this. When you play a skill against Sly, how many skills do I actually play? The acrobatics I do. Survivor. But it costs 2 energy. Is it still? It's 1 energy when upgraded. The slice could also be nice, just an extra attack. But it's a rare card, it can't be bad, right? An extra merchant, like predicted. The redstone would upgrade 2 random attacks, which can only hit our strikes, I think. Maybe the ricochet. Yeah, we don't take that. Could pick up another one. Could remove a strike. But now we want more attacks. With another acrobatic, I think we could, if we get to play the new rare power that we just picked up. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. I'm too honest to do that. Because yeah, I wanted to have a real stream. It wasn't meant to be an April Fool's joke, but I wouldn't be surprised if anyone took it as a joke. Oh, your first time seeing this game, or the same as because this is Slay the Spire 2? I assume you also don't know Slay the Spire 1? This is like a classic roguelike deck builder. You go through 3 acts, you pick a path, each point is either a fight or something else. Right now I'm at the merchant where I can buy stuff. And you, in the fight, you draw from your deck. And you also pick up like power-ups called relics, each one, and they are like passives that are always active, or like they have specific trigger conditions. And you try to get through each act from the bottom to the top and fight the boss. You do this 3 times, then you win the game. Or actually there's a bit of lore missing, so yeah, so what exactly happens when you win against the third boss is not quite clear yet, because this is early access and because the lore doesn't have hasn't revealed what actually it means. And one of its strong points within the genre of deck builders is that it's just really well executed. It's really very much a classic. So it's almost the classic, the baseline, the benchmark. It doesn't have any extra gimmicks compared to other games. Well, it does have multiplayer now, which the first Slay the Spire game didn't have. But usually when you talk about roguelike deck builder games, you would describe the way in which they are special by naming the things and how they are different from Slay the Spire 2. Is what I feel like. This is obviously, I'm not that much of a genre snob to be sure, but that's what it feels like to me. It feels like this is a very good base game, base experience with very well balanced cards. It has multiple classes. I'm playing the Silent, who's an assassin type of character who can throw knives and poison the enemy. And the card deck that I'm slowly building, you can choose new cards after every fight, was supposed to be one with a lot of dagger throwing, but I don't actually got a lot of daggers to throw in my cards. Yeah, and right now the path that I chose is, you can see the fights I already took, is one with many fights, but the important part is that there's also elite fights with like stronger enemies, and they obviously do more damage, and I need to watch my health, because if I die then the run is over. But there's also rest sites in between to heal, so my idea is that after every fight I can heal, and because of that I can actually win the fights. Also, if you don't take too much damage, you can upgrade a card in your deck. You can see, for example, this card is Neutralize Plus. That means it's upgraded. You do this if you don't want to heal. At each rest site you can decide whether or not you want to heal or you want to upgrade a card. And I just had a rest site here, then an elite fight, and now I'm at a merchant where I can spend my money. And I need to decide how I spend my money. And the issue is, if I want to play a dagger throwing deck, I want to buy this card, which makes my shifts is a dagger, basically. I want this card, but because I don't have too many daggers in my deck right now, it's not strong yet. I would still need to get stronger later, but I want to be strong now because the elite fights are coming up. So it's probably better, technically, to buy a card that is good now as opposed to a card that's good later. But the cards that are good now are kind of boring. And also I have one interesting mechanic with the card that I got as a reward last fight. So I'm theory crafting whether or not I can make it work. The problem is the combo that this card enables me to do is it requires a couple of turns within the fight to set up, and in those turns I might take too much damage. So yeah, I'm just too slow. My deck is too slow. It doesn't have enough momentum. It doesn't do the things it does fast enough. So I'll probably take the cheap card that does some damage and hope it's enough. I also get another random reward here. This is a potion belt which allows me to have more consumables stacked, but I don't have any right now. Then I heal, like I said. And then there's an elite fight. Timer in the corner, that's... I think the timer is just how long my run is. That's just to keep track of how long I'm taking. Also, in the first Slay the Spire game, there were some achievements where you needed to win a fight fast enough. But no, I don't need to watch the timer. Okay. So, yeah, and the core mechanic of the game is you have you see what the opponent does in the same turn, and he's attacking for 22 damage, and I'm blocking right now for 13 damage. So what I kind of want to do is I want to match the block with how much damage he does, and then use my remaining energy to play cards that attack him and do damage. Something like this. One of the unique mechanics of the Silent is that some of the cards have this keyword Slay, which means that when I discard a card, they get played automatically. And right now I also have another power-up played because of one of the cards that I played, that at the start of each turn I do get to discard a card. So if I have a Slay card in my hand at the start of my turn, I can discard it and it plays one of my cards for free without costing energy. So, trying to match the enemy's attack and block. And Shadow Step is also interesting. Shadow Step, because it discards my hand and then powers up my next hand, I don't want to play it too early, but if I play it, I also get to play all my Slay cards that I have in hand. Which I'm gonna do. So I play this first, then this, discard all my hands and draw some new ones. And also debuff the enemy. Okay, so this turn I do double damage, but I do not have picked up too many attack cards. Oh, no, never mind. Here they are. It's 20 damage times 2, that's 40 damage. I'm already full blocking. But I do have the power up that if I play a skill as opposed to an attack, the card upgrades with an enchantment. So I'm playing the non-greedy way. Almost there. And got him. And I think I took no damage this fight. That's always good. Tincture. This is a relic. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. And I'm discarding a lot, so this is really lucky. It's very random what kind of relics you get. A lot of times you get relics that don't do anything for you. But and because I took no damage, I am afforded the luxury to use this west side to upgrade a card. And I can preview what an upgrade does. And I probably want Shadow Step to not cost any energy. Okay, this is an elite. It has a special power that gives me bad cards whenever I attack him. And some of my cards attack him like 4 times just by playing 1 card. So I need to be careful that for every attack I do on him, I do enough damage to be worth it. So maybe I wait for Shadow Step and just block this turn. So he does 21. And I think I can get there. I don't even want to play the attacks, even though they would be free in energy cost. Oh, that was... Ah, that's also nice, right? So, whenever you discard a card, you turn deal 3 random damage. This is not an attack, so this doesn't trigger his power. So maybe I just want to discard a lot of cards. I also have a buff that reflects damage, which is also not an attack. So maybe I can kill him with just doing those things. Oh, wait, what did I do? I played all my cards without... Oops. Oops, I played my cards without blocking. This happens. Okay, so I think this card is enough damage. Oh wait, he's vulnerable and I do double damage, so maybe I just kill him this turn. Let's hope I don't draw all the rubbish cards. Okay, got him. When you enter a shop room, heal 15 HP. Can be nice, doesn't have to be. And I'm close to the act boss. Okay. Putting in some defense, some offense. And this should be an easy fight. Is this an elite? No, that's a normal fight. No wonder it's so easy. Okay. Oh, can't pick up my reward. Don't have any slots open. And I'm greedy again, not healing, but instead going for a card upgrade. Because I feel strong. Okay. Okay, so I need to play an attack to the left side. So I don't take too much damage. But I don't have one. Except this one. But if I play this one... Okay, wait. I got it. And I'm even blocking. Wow. Didn't expect this. Okay. So, I said I feel strong, but I do tend to overestimate my own strength a lot in this game. I'm not really good. Even though I'm thinking a lot, I'm also thinking at the wrong time. So sometimes I play too fast. And I do tend to die early and unexpectedly in this game quite often. Well, unexpected for me. And maybe for viewers as well, if they play the game. Yeah. I don't know. It's I used to really try hard a lot of games, and I mellowed out, but I'm happy about that. I'm a lot more comfortable with not being good at games nowadays. But I'm also still enjoying being good for some of the games. For this game, I just enjoy if a combo works well, it feels good. That's oftentimes enough. Okay, what do we have here? So we need to play this attack on this guy to turn our face around. But he's already doing more damage than we have health, so we need to definitely block. Maybe we even use some of our potions that we still have stocked. So that's now 12 block. And then we need to start killing. Alright, he's now recovering and stunned. Okay. And we have a lot of our cards now have Slay because of our power up, which means we get to play a lot more cards for free. 10 damage, we have 9 block, so this turn is locked in. Can even full block this. And now the defense has Slay as well. Yeah, games where you have to think through it. I mean, there are different types of thinking through a games. There are some games where you have to plan for a long time. It really depends on how rewarding it is when you get it right. And it also depends on how fast the feedback loop is, like how fast the game tells you if you're on the wrong track. So, for example, a puzzle platformer, you usually notice quite fast if you are not going somewhere. Or like a Sokoban game where you push crates around from a top-down view usually, and you need to get them to their location. You can usually re-roll, like restart the level really quickly if you notice that something went wrong. And other games, like let's say a civilization game, you also need to plan ahead quite a lot. But if you went wrong, it takes like still a couple of hours until you know that you did something wrong. And both can be gratifying in their own way, but they can also both be very frustrating in their own way. Okay. Yeah, now that I have... So every time I play a skill, it gets Sly, which means I can then play it for free if I discard it. And I've played a couple of skills in this fight already, so right now I could play so many cards, all for 0 energy, just because... and some of them chain into each other, because some of the cards that have Sly can then discard another card. Wait, he has 99 block. So I'm not doing anything against him this turn. Yeah, that's okay. I blocked him as well. And sometimes Yeah, game design is a really funny thing. Sometimes games require you to think, but they don't really look like a game that requires you to do so. Okay, I need to make a decision right now. I'm not in love with any of those cards. None of them excite me. So Malaise is a defensive card that I only get to play once per fight. And the other two are more offensive. And Venom... and Venom does damage quite slowly. Murder's probably the best card, but it costs 3 energy. So this is like a finisher after an already long fight. I was hoping for a card that, because there are a couple now that would synergize in a way with my deck, that would make me a lot stronger quite quickly, which would allow me to kill enemies within the first 2 turns basically in the fight, which, if there are multiple enemies, saves a lot of HP if I get to kill at least one of them early. Okay, let's take a look at our act reward first. The first... oh, my voice... See? This is what I need to train for the next couple of months. My voice is leaving me. I'll take a cup of tea. 1 second. Okay. Hey, yeah. Go eat your breakfast. And hope you have a good start in the day. Thanks for hanging out around. And I need to think through this decision here. This is a new card that I don't know of. Stun the enemy and exhausts. So it's an attack I only get to play once a fight as well. The first card you play each combat is played in extra time. So what kind of cards do I have that I might want to have play? So that this could be nice with a power. Maybe even Shadow Step. But I don't want to play Shadow Step first. That's probably the card draw. Yeah. I was hoping for an energy relic here. So, because I didn't visit too many shops last act, I now have a bit of money saved up. So looking at these merchant locations is actually kind of interesting, but I'd only like to take one of them, so because obviously once money is spent, that is gone. So maybe this path is interesting, or this one with a rest site before an elite. There's 3 question marks here. I like question marks. I like these paths as well, with a merchant here later in the act, which allows to save up more money before you get there. But only 1 elite. So I'm looking at this path, then all the way down here. Only has 1 elite. But maybe I don't need any more elites. What I need is better cards, not better relics. So maybe I take that path from here. Yeah, this looks like the way. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. And I'm glad. I'm glad it's not as scuffed as 2 days ago. Need to block 21 damage. I don't have any block cards in my hand right now, so I probably want to play Reflex, which means I need to discard something. There's the Shadow Step. And I didn't draw any block. So maybe I kill something? Can I kill something? Playing the Shadow Step will play 2 ricochets at the end of turn. Can always play this one. This is 12 damage. This would be probably not, right? I'm probably taking damage this turn. So let's play. Oh, right. Why do I draw a card? Every 4 cards you play, you draw a card. Right. See? Then I can draw another card just by playing the shifts. And there's my block. Okay. That's 18. Close enough. And I might even play the Skewer for 0 energy, which does nothing, just for the card draw. I'm doing double damage this turn, so this strike kills the first enemy. This one reduces the damage I take. Might have played Expose first, would have been better. The Defend will give me a full block, but let's play the Acrobatics first, just to see what we draw. Okay, we play those, we do play the Expose, and it's a kill. Oh, Deflect or Anticipate Plus is also nice. Let's take the Anticipate Plus, just because it's upgraded. Would have taken the other card if it wasn't. Or if the other card was upgraded as well. Okay, we are not taking any damage this turn. I don't think we can play the pinpoint this turn. Unless... Never mind, we do get to play enough cards. Okay. Really strong first turn. And again, like... having a strong first turn is really helpful to save HP. And... is this a kill? Almost. Almost a kill. But we don't have... okay, not quite. Okay, I think we took no damage. So let's take the Deflect now. Choose an attack to enchant with Sharp. You do have an attack that might be nice to enchant. Card draw or extra block. We actually gain... yeah, we actually do benefit a bit from that, right? The card draw might have been stronger, but, well, I don't know. it's always, yeah. I always question myself after I made the decision instead of before, where it would have helped. So we play the pounce into the acrobatics, into the ricochet, but none of this gives us block. So instead we play the acrobatics first. And then anticipate into defend. Okay, 5 damage. Acceptable. Playing the powers, playing the damage, playing the double damage. Oh, and I forgot that I draw new cards. Okay, we are getting there, And ricochet is the kill, right? Yes. And I need to use the potions more often. Sorry, didn't even get my rewards. Wait, galvanize. Take 6. What? Powers afflicted with galvanize. So can I kill him without them? Let's draw a card. Okay, we got the block. We are doing damage. Doing more damage. Yeah, I think we can... Wait, is it lose HP or is it take damage? Take damage, so we can block it. Okay. I was worried for a moment there. Obviously, we need to draw block, 2 block. Okay, it seems like we're taking damage. Not too little as well. Yeah, okay, 6 damage. And that's a kill. Easy kill. Accuracy, there's my accuracy, but I still don't have too many shifts. So this is basically a card draw and discard deck. Let's accept that this is not going to be a shift deck. Okay, we don't want to take any damage from them, because then we lose max HP. Okay, so this would be another 13 block for 23. That's not enough, so we play a potion. Alright, we can use the reflex. Okay, this is better already. So we have them blocked and we still have energy left for an attack. Which kind of has to be the skewer. Can debuff one of them. Can play the cards. Can kill another or the same. Yes, can kill all of the ones that want to damage us. And got him. Another reward, another good one. Another elite fight. Okay. We debuff him. Yeah, we need to find some more block. 49. So this is 26. Okay. Ah, a little later. A little late for the anticipate. 24 damage now, but we can reduce it to 36. And do we... Okay, nice. Yeah, 16. I don't know what I said. 2 energy. We have the full block. But playing the defend will allow us to give it Sly. So play it for free later on. Which we might not even need. This is... Yeah, we probably won't redraw it. Should be clear next turn. Here's the kill. Vambrace. Okay, more block. The first time we gain block. This is a decent power right now. I think this is our last shop, so we might as well spend our money here. Two random upgrades might be good. They are. That's a really good lucky hit. And we want to remove one more strike. We haven't played strikes in a long time. And we could exchange one of the potions. Yeah, I think that's what we get. Maybe there's another merchant there. Okay, let's see what we want for upgrades. None of them are amazing. I think I might even take the rest for full health. And then, oh, see, like I said, another merchant. And what do we want? A second reflex could be good. Yeah, we right now can do a lot with card draw. Lose HP, that's exactly it. Clumsy, obtain a random relic. Okay, let's take the clumsy. Ooh, upgraded attacks deal 3 extra damage. Do I have... That's neutralize, that's... Just neutralize, right? Oh, and skewer, okay. And now we forge. Let's take the energy upgrade. Energy cost upgrade. Okay, what does he do? Whenever you play a skill, he gains 2 strength. This is really bad against us. This is really bad. We play a lot of skills. So, but he doesn't have too much health for now. He has 3 phases. So let's just hope that we kill him fast enough. Alright, and we can drink our potions. Should have played this earlier, that's okay. And we shrink him. I was hoping a little bit to win without losing any health. Guess not. Maybe I should take it a little bit easier on playing the skills, but here's the first kill. Double damage next turn. And second phase. With a new head. Okay. 21 damage, but maybe we can just burst him down. We already block quite well. Oh, he has a different buff now as well. Okay, that's very manageable. Oh, so then he isn't that bad. Perfect. It's just ending the phase. Nice. And show me your third upgrade. Intangible. So we need to hit him 300 times? What? Ah, every second turn. Okay. So what we're looking for right now are just the blocks, because we want to attack him next turn, not this turn. And this looks like that's the block that we are looking for. Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, Shadow Step is exactly in the wrong turn available to us. Sure, let's guard it. Draw some new cards. Maybe we need to block again. But let's draw more cards first. We are getting there, we're getting there. 10 more block. When we draw new cards, we will draw additional cards, so this might be good. Choose a card to discard, that's more attack. Weaken him again. Okay, full block. Unfortunately didn't kill him again, which means he's now intangible again. I don't think we can attack him 50 times. So let's just end this turn. And now we got him. And game. Not even an introduction. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say that we kind of win the run, but there's a question mark. Okay, did we unlock any new epochs? we did. So those are like quite small lore drops, which take the form of an image and a little bit of text. Caw-caw! Such a humiliating defeat. Their places of worship and sacrifices desecrated over and over by ruinous invaders, which is us. As Mazalev, so that's the name, forsaken us. Food is sparse. The bug population surges. The flock escaped to the lower rungs of the spire and scrape by on seaweed and sewer critters. Unlocked event. Trash sheep. Okay. So a new event. Oh, that's the first. I think I didn't know events can unlock as well. Usually it's all on the like new cards or relics. Okay, that was a fun run. After a very quick and short death in the first run, I'll end the stream here. I don't have an ending stream scene yet, so this is where I'll say goodbye. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. And hope to see you around. Take care of yourself and each other.